Hello everyone. Today's topic is Python input output operation. So, welcome viewers. You are watching Coding with Kant and here we learn about Python. Before starting today's topic, I just want to take a quick recap of what we covered in our previous video. So, in our previous video, we have learned about Python variable and keyword. I will provide the link in the description so that you all can visit over there if you haven't visited yet. Now, sorry for the font size in the previous video. If any one of you having any kind of trouble in understanding that particular lecture, just comment on that video and I will upload that video again. Now, let's start with our today's topic. This is the computer and this is an user. User provides some input on the computer, and on behalf of that input, computer gives the output after processing. So here we will see how computer gives the output on the screen on behalf of provided input and what are the function used to do so. We will start with the print function. So for that, open your Python ideally. Now print function. Print function is a Python built-in function and used to print anything on the screen. For example, inside this print, we will write hello world and enter. By the way, we have done our first hello world program that too so easily. Now let's print someone's detail on the screen. For example, name is Bob, age is 21 and the ID is 100101, let's suppose. Now we can print like this. Name, age, as well as ID. What if you want to print the detail of Bob in a single line? So we can also do that. Just we have to do is separate all these variables via ID. So we'll just click enter and we can see that Bob 21 and 100101. So the detail of Bob has been printed successfully on the screen. Now we'll see one more function of the print function. Print. We will use concatenation will concatenate the first name and the last name of a name, VIREN, the first name, as well as the last name as space and MAITY, Mathy. We can see the Viren Mathy has been printed successfully and we have used what? We have used concatenation here. Now I will show the another way to print like this, PRINT, print function, and we'll use comma over here. We'll separate the first name and the last name by a comma, VIREN, and here we don't use to use spacebar over here, because if we have separated this particular first name and second name with the comma, Python interpreter will definitely give a space in between these two datas. I mean first name and the last name. Yeah, Viren and the Mathy. In between Viren and Mathy, we can see there is a space. Now we have seen the functioning of this print function. Now we'll move towards our input function. It is also a predefined function, built-in function, which is used to fetch the data provided by the user in the screen through the input device such as keyboard. Now input, input, sorry, input, enter. Now we can see that this particular interpreter is asking the user to write something over here, but we don't know what to write. Means it seems like the input function is incomplete. Let's suppose I write some name like Ram. We can see the RAM has been displayed successfully on the screen. Now what if we want to display what kind of data user should enter in this particular input function? What kind of data user should enter? So for that we just have to write what we want to display in the screen when this input function will be called. So for example, your name, your name. I want your name to be displayed on the screen whenever we call this input. So enter. We can see that your name, this is now this input function is complete. This is asking your name. That means whenever the user will see this particular message or the input function, he will write his name over here. For example, I will write my name over here, Subham, Subham. Enter. Now what if we want to get this particular data, whatever the user entered over here? We want to store this particular data in some variable, so we can also do that. For example, name, and we will write input and your name. Enter. So I will write Subham, Subham. Enter. And if we will see what inside this name, we can see that Subham, the value data, whatever we can say, the Subham is the data of this variable name, and it has been taken direct by the screen. But whenever we use this input function, the data is fetched in the form of string. The data is fetched in the form of a string. Even if we enter the numeric value, the data will be fetched in the form of string. Let's see. Let's suppose age. We want age, and we'll write input, enter your age. Yeah, enter. Let's suppose age 21, and if you want to print age, we can see this age 21 is in a string format. So what should we do to get this particular string in the form of number? So Python has given one more function, int function, by which we can convert the string. If that particular string having only number or the float value, we can change that string into an integer. So we'll convert this age, which is in a string, in int. So we can say now it's printing 21 only, and that is numeric value, that is integer. So we will just save age inside this. We'll save int of age inside the age. So now the value of age has been changed from string 21 to numeric value, integer value 21. Now after doing this much of programs and small examples, we will proceed towards one small program. We will take some input from the user and will display that on the screen. So for that, we will open our file. We have to open our file. So we'll open a new file over here. So here we want three input from the user. First is name. Name is a string value, so we will just use input over here, and the message will display it as enter your name colon space. After that we want age. So age is a int value, so we will just use int, and inside this int function we will use input function, and inside the input function we will write whatever we want to display. So enter your age, and we want id from the user. So id is also an integer value, so we will use int, and inside this int function we will use input function, and inside the input function we will use whatever we will write whatever we want to display. So enter your id colon space. Now we have taken the input from the user. Now we just have to display it. So we'll try to make this thing quite impressive. So we'll print like we'll print something differently. So print, we'll just print, first we'll print in your name, your name, and after this, after the comma, we'll write the variable name, and that is name. And after the name we will use a new line over here, so for the new line you just have to use /n, and after that we want to print the age. So your age, and after this we just have to write the variable name, and again we want a new line, so /n, and again now we want your id, so we'll write like this, and the variable name, that is id, and that's it. So our program has been written. We wrote our program. Now we just have to save it and run it. For saving, Control S. So we'll write as info. For example, we'll save our file as info, save, and for running we just have to press F5, the shortcut key. And here we can see the interpreter is asking for what, enter your name. So I will write Subham, enter your age 24, enter your id 100123, and we can see your name Subham, your age 24, and your id 100123 has been displayed on our screen. So we will end our session over here, and you have if you have any kind of doubt, feel free to ask in the comment section, and I will try to solve your issue as soon as possible. And before ending this particular session, I just want you all to like, share and subscribe this channel for more such video, and thank you.